Hi, I'm Samantha, and in this video I will be teaching the basic functions of Adobe Illustrator, including how to create a new document, use the Shape tool, change stroke, fill, and line weight, use the Gradient tool, use the Shape Builder tool, adjust object ordering, import an image and style it with the Trace Outline tool, use the Selection tool, use the Text tool, and save the document. Now we will begin to create a new document in Adobe Illustrator. To do this, simply click File, not Open, but New. Now let's title this Practice. From here, you can change the width and the height of your document, also the orientation from portrait to landscape. Click OK. Now we will use the basic Shape tool. Click on the rectangle and click the triangle that will, at the bottom right corner, that will allow a flyout menu. From here, choose the Star tool. Now we will click and hold to draw the shape. Do not let go of your mouse. You can use the up and down arrows to add or subtract points on the star. Now that we have an object, you can select the black arrow tool, which is the Selection tool, and click on the object to move it. Now we already have our object selected, so we can add a color to the fill. Select this top box. The bottom left corner where you see an icon of books is the color swatch library. There's many different options in the library to choose from. For now, we can just give this shape an orange color. Now we want to give our star here a little bit more flair to it. So we're going to use the Gradient tool to do this. Go down the left-hand side of the toolbar and select the Gradient tool. Then you drag and drop a line across your image. As you can see, there's a white to black gradient here. We want to make this look like a sun, so we want to change the colors of our gradient. You can go down to the bottom left-hand side of the toolbar and click on the middle square button where you can see the colors of the gradient. We're going to drag and drop the gradient swatch and the color swatch next to each other. From here, we can pull in the colors that we want to add. You see, as we drag and drop into the gradient swatch, the colors change on our object. We can reorder our colors, and now we have a sun. Now let's go back over to our basic Shape tool. Click on the arrow at the right hand corner, and from the flyout menu, choose the Flare tool. We're going to make this flare about as big as our sun, and then move it to the center. This will give it the appearance of a ball of light coming from the center. I've just noticed that we haven't changed the outline color of our star here. So let's go up to the top and choose the the stroke. And we're going to go ahead and make this line a little bolder and change the color to orange. Now we want to import a picture. Go to File, select Open. I'm going to search through my documents for a moment. And we're going to eventually import a picture of palm trees. Scrolling down. There is my picture, palm. Now we want to make our image a simple black outline. Go to the top toolbar and click the Image Trace button. That blocks out all the color. Now select Ctrl-C to copy. Click back to our original artboard where we are creating the document, and Ctrl-V to paste. We're going to resize this a little bit and then move our images around. want the sun at the top, and of course the flare is separate from the sun object, so we're going to have to move that up as well. Now an easy way to get the sun on top of it is to right click and then send this image to the back. Now we're going to make clouds. To do this, you go back to your basic shape tool and click on the arrow that allows the flyout menu and choose the ellipse tool. Just click and drag to create the ellipses. You want them to be overlapping. Next, you can make all of these shapes in one space by choosing the selection tool, the solid black arrow, and drawing a marquee board around it. Now that you have your basic ellipses in its own shape, we're going to make it one shape. We can do this by choosing the Shape Builder tool and then dragging the line through the shapes until it's one object. Now you can use the selection tool to move that one object instead of three. We want to make a couple more clouds, so all you have to do is click the Control-C to copy and Control-V to paste new objects. Now we have a nice paradise picture coming together, but our clouds are orange like the sun. So let's go ahead and change these colors. You can go to the top toolbar and on the left side, click the fill. As I showed you earlier, there is a library swatch palette, and you can choose different things from here. One of my favorites is the different patterns. This is just to give you an idea of some of the different patterns you can make. Obviously, we don't want our clouds to be a pattern. We'll go ahead and make them white. Now let's change the stroke weight, make it a little bolder, and the color to blue. We want to repeat this process to the other two clouds. Change the fill to white, and change the stroke to a blue, and change the weight to about a 3-point. Now that you've learned how to use some of the basic tools, and we've made a nice little picture here, let's learn how to use the text tool. There's a giant T on the left-hand side toolbar. This is your text box button. Select that, and then drag and drop to the size you would like your text box to be. Then you can just click inside of it and type whatever you want. Now we can change our size, font style, and color in the top toolbar. We'll change this to a sort of script and a 72-point font. Now we just need our box to be a little bit bigger so it can show all the text. If you go over to the left-hand toolbar and select the solid black arrow, the selection tool, you can highlight this box. And then we can use our stretch tools to make it bigger. And we can move it. Put the flare back where it goes. Select the text box again, and let's drag it down a little bit. The black font color is a little boring, so let's go back to that text box tool And then we can highlight this, and we'll change the color to a hot pink. Now that we have a finished product, we want to save all of our hard work. Go to File, Save As, create a file name, and choose Save. Now you have successfully made your first Adobe Illustrator document.